Hey, what's up guys, MudHD here, and welcome to episode 51 of my journey to the top series. And if you missed the previous episode, there'll be a link in the description to the series page. You can find every single episode that I've done so far. But in the previous episode, I didn't realise we hit 50 episodes for this series, which is absolutely amazing. It's gone flying by. The first series that I did. And it's been amazing, a great series, and I have no regrets doing it. But in the last episode, Tom Wilson left the club at 7 million, one of our best players, the youngest and best players that we had. And to replace him, I go in for Berisha here, Valon Berisha, and I believe he is in that his Air Japes career mode series. And I had to give him 15k just to get him over, because basically his stats completely sold me. I was hooked when I saw them stats. But after signing him on pretty high wages, he cost us 4 million in the end. I went out to see a striker, and I was completely sold on Asante. But then Nilsson popped up, and I was like, alright, Nilsson looks like a guy that has more more in his attacking ability as well, while Asante is a bit more lower in that sort of respect. But Nilsson, for me, he just completely blew Asante. I was a bit umming and ahhing. I was 1 minute sold on Asante, 1 minute sold on a Nilsson, but it came down that I just wanted Nilsson more because he had sort of that baseline, more better stats. So I went with Nilsson. They cost pretty much the same, and I went in for both of them just in case one deal did not go through. Although we had a tight budget to deal with, we had about 1 million to work with, but you'll see later on what happens. And the two clubs came back. I don't know what team that is, but Birmingham City as well came back. 1.6 million for Asante. So obviously Nilsson is going to be the deal. And you see here, I have to put 1 million 0.05. So that's 50,000 into that deal. And then they accepted it, which was pretty good for us. An extra 100k on there. And you see there, I had £1 in my wage budget remaining. So if he didn't accept this deal, we were a bit screwed at that point. But he did not want to do it. But then I went and I tried to put the extra £1 on. Maybe he would have took it. But you can't put an extra £1 on. And then I realised I didn't put 4 years on that deal. For some reason he accepted it. And now we got ourselves a pretty pacey striker. Pretty much a replacement of Scholfer. I know I said Rojo is pretty much a replacement of him, but this guy has got bags of pace, and I know I keep on going for pacey players, but pace is still a big factor in FIFA 13. It's not eradicated, which it shouldn't be, to be totally honest. But after that, we had a scout report after transfer window ended. I think 114 million was spent on that day, which is an absolutely extravagant amount of money. And you think we spent 4 million, which is about 4-ish% of that. For a small club like us, that's pretty decent. And then we had a scout report and nothing really good, just players that we already had. But we got a game here against Stevenage in the Carling Cup, or the Capital One Cup, which is recently reinstated as. And they hit the post there. Pretty nice chance for Stevenage. And I have to say, excuse me, Stevenage did have the upper hand, and we had the best chance of the game there. Oh, I'm going again. A bit gassy today, as always. But anyway, we had that chance, hit the post. Stevenage definitely deserved to win that, and no doubt they had the better of the chances. But it did go down to penalties. Nothing happened in extra time, and we're down to the penalties again, and these are tense moments. Even though it's the first round, I still want to go far in the cup. And you see that jolting from Jack Butland, but he didn't manage to get over there, even though he dived the right way. And then I had Patterson to the spot. He's a pretty decent penalty taker, and he proved it there. And then they stepped up. They're pretty efficient penalty takers going on down there. And we definitely were on top. And Berisha there, taking it coolly right in that top left-hand corner. Take a bow, son. And then that guy should have taken a bow for pretty much handing the game to us there, hitting the crossbar. And I'm not trying to be big-headed here, but I really am sort of getting the penalties sort of locked down now. I don't know, I think I've missed one for about 15 games now. 15 penalties now, so it's going pretty good.